Just about a year ago, for those of you who followed along for many, many years, I shared something that probably came as a surprise, that we were moving away from our little homestead on 7 acres in our 1860s Victorian farmhouse that we did love so much to a new property where we would build our farmhouse that we will likely live in for the foreseeable future. It's the place I imagine that grandkids will come to. It's a place we designed with hosting large amounts of people in mind. We kept that very much in mind. With such a large family, I imagine that we will have a lot of grandkids if we are so blessed. We will have a lot of people visiting us. I love hosting. I love making large amounts of food and seeing people enjoy it. So between last Christmas and this one, we broke ground on the property that we purchased in April of 2024. We put countless hours into working on our new farmhouse, in putting up an old barn. I shared videos about all of that, and the project is ongoing. We also added a 9th baby since last Christmas. And last Christmas, we didn't even know about this little baby because she's only 2 months old. So I wasn't even expecting this little baby last Christmas, or maybe I was, but I definitely did not know it. So much has changed in a year. Last Christmas, I probably said on my video, I'm sure if I go back, that this would likely be the only Christmas that we would decorate this home in town, this temporary place that we are living after selling our last little homestead and building out our next farmhouse. Last year this time, I definitely imagined that we would already be in our home by the end of the year, by Christmas time. Though we are making great progress, and really realistically now, looking back on the scope of the project and what we're trying to accomplish with it, it completely makes sense that we're not in it yet. And it was very naive for us to even think that we would be. It's probably naive for me to say that we'll be in by February. I think I have to tell myself these things. I am happy, however, with the progress that we've made. I have an Instagram story highlight where every time I share a little story about the project, so the farmhouse, the little stone garage / barn, and then the old barn, I have this highlight where every time I'm out at the farm, I take a little Instagram story and I add it to the highlight. And when I scroll through it, I realize just how far we come. Each step of the way, I look back and I think, wow, that's where we were in July. I can't believe how much progress we've made. Even though it seemed slow, we've made a lot of progress. Luke has relatives that come in town only once a year, and we were showing them the property recently, and I was telling them that I was a bit disappointed because we thought we would already be in our farmhouse at this point, and they said, well, last year when we were here, you guys were just trying to figure out how to get back to it. You were putting in gravel and figuring out your driveway, and that really made me realize just how far we've come, because we went from raw land, no way to even get to it, to very underway with the structures that are on it. We've decided on so many big things like placement of the buildings and the design, and just so many countless things that if you follow along this channel, you've heard us talk about and document along the way. So, though we are still in this home for a second Christmas, I do anticipate that next year we will be decorating our farmhouse. So I'm trying to make the most of this house in town and add some Christmas cheer for my family. The first project I wanted to do this year was flock the Christmas tree. We've had the same Christmas trees for so many years now, and I got it from King of Christmas. I don't even remember how many years ago. It's really beautiful because it's very lifelike, but something about the color of it just sort of bothers me during the day. And I realized that if snow was really on a Christmas tree, it would come in the house and it would melt in a big puddle on the ground. But in a way, if you really think about it, having a tree in your house in general is kind of weird. So I'm not going to worry too much about what really would happen if you had a snowy tree. I was just trying to figure out how I could make the color something that I liked better during the day. The cozy glow at night was fine either way, but there was just this bright green that kind of felt like it stood out too much, and it didn't go very well with the ornaments I already have. So I was pondering picking up a new Christmas tree And then I had the idea to Google how to flock a Christmas tree. There's a few different options. One is you can just get this, almost looks like a spray paint bottle, and you can spray on flocking. But from what I read online from different bloggers who have done this, it doesn't look very real. It just looks like white spray paint. I want it to look more authentic, like a flocked tree you get from the store. And the way to do that is with a flocking powder. So essentially you get the tree wet, then you sift it sort of onto the tree, kind of from the top, making it look like snow fell on it. And then when you add water to it, you spray it after it's already on, it glues on there to an extent. Now some will still come off, just like when you buy a flock tree from the store, but it's mostly glued on there and will stay for years to come. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It looks much better in our home during the day. As I'm decorating for Christmas, I am thinking about gifts, things that my kids will love, or my nieces and nephews. And if something can be both educational and really, really fun, that is definitely a winner in my book. I want to say thank you to today's video sponsor, KiwiCo. KiwiCo is on a mission to inspire kids to innovate and become change makers. Unlike passive toys, KiwiCo crates put the fun, the education in kids' hands. Every project is built for kids to make, to explore, and discover for themselves, transforming curiosity into confidence. This Christmas season, KiwiCo makes gifting more meaningful. From babies discovering colors to big kids engineering robots, every crate turns a gift into a moment of making. Parents and gift givers can feel good knowing they're giving kids more than just another toy under the tree. They're giving them the joy of creating, discovering, and building memories. There's a KiwiCo crate line for all ages. The Panda crate is perfect for kids ages 0 to 36 months. The Koala crate helps little scientists discover the world around them through pretend play. The Kiwi crate for my middle boys introduces them to how the world works through science and art projects. The Tinker crate has some really cool hands-on experiments and engineering builds. My older son really loves that one. The Eureka crate, Atlas crate, Doodle crate, and Maker crate. That one helps older kids to explore new artistic mediums and techniques. I love that each KiwiCo crate comes with everything that the child needs to complete it, so you're not looking all over the house for little knickknacks in order for them to really get use of them. Each one comes with a booklet that explains the crate more in depth so you can get the most out of it. There's usually several ways that you can use it. I love that the older kids can work on it independently. It's great for a cold winter day because it gives them something to dive into. KiwiCo makes the perfect Christmas gift. I've actually given KiwiCo subscriptions to children in my life for the past couple years and they've loved them. If you want to give your kids the joy of creating this season, use my code FARMHOUSE for 50% off your crate for ages 3 and up with my link kiwico.com/farmhouseyt. I will also leave it linked down in the description box below. In a recent video where I decluttered things from my house to make it feel like I could actually add Christmas decorations to it. It already felt too cluttered to really do that. I removed all of the books from one side of this floor-to-ceiling bookshelf. So we still have another whole wall of that, but it felt like too much in the room when it was kind of everywhere. Plus, we don't have enough books to fill it all out, so they were just haphazardly falling over. We emptied one, and I got the idea that I could make it sort of a Christmas display. Now, it's not perfect, but it definitely does add a lot of festivity to this room. It's a great place to display the kids' personalized stockings. My mom did order the one for Miriam, our new baby. She started this when my oldest was born, the first grandchild that she had, which is funny because now my parents almost have 21 grandkids. And it's a tradition that she still keeps up with. She said, "Do you want one for Miriam?" And I'm like, "Yes, because I display them year after year. They match. I love them." So she's ordering one for her. But for now, we have these 8 stockings. So I did 4 on each side. Took me a little bit playing around with this to find the placement of everything. I also have this very realistic looking garland that I purchased several years ago. I can't even remember where I purchased it. But if you go back on one of my previous Christmas videos where I decorated our last farmhouse, I probably shared, but it truly does look so real. I also found that little red plaid frame, and it's funny because I need to print off our new family picture. We had one taken, I just haven't printed it off yet, so I just grabbed the only picture I could find that would fit in the frame because I wanted to add that color there. So it's just a picture of me with one of my babies in the wrap. But since taking this video, my kids swapped it around. They put the Christmas trees in between the candles and then the frame below it because they said it looked like a little memorial because there was candles around a picture of me and my son. So anyways, kind of funny because I just was using it almost as a placeholder, just a way to display the cute frame, and I found a quick picture. Like I said, I need to go print it off, but still I guess it shouldn't be by the candles in their opinion. So maybe we'll have a family picture below the shelf that has the candles and the ceramic Christmas trees that a friend of mine made. Every year on the hutch, I do the exact same thing. I display a few red dishes that are just stacked in there that aren't really on display and add some wreaths to it. I just do it every year and I like how it looks. I really kept Christmas simple this year. I already don't have a ton of Christmas decor, but even what I do have, I left several things just in the box. Some years I find it fun to go more all out, and some years I really just crave the simplicity. Since I'm decorating a bit earlier this year than I usually do, I know that Christmas will be out for a long time, and I didn't want it to feel cluttered and feel overwhelming. One place I skipped this year that a few of my children were not happy about was putting greenery up the stairway. It just gets knocked down year after year. And I'm not saying I won't do it again. Maybe in our new farmhouse, I will take the time to fix it on there right and make it to where it's not constantly getting knocked down and messy. But I decided this year I just simply didn't want to mess with it. Even with the amount of things that I added throughout the house, which really may seem quite minimal, it still feels very Christmassy in here. One of my favorite parts of Christmas decor is adding lighting that feels cozy when the days are dark by 5:30. So candles and lamps and Christmas lights, that to me is the reason to decorate for Christmas. If I was going to do nothing else, I would make sure to get some nice lighting throughout the house. I know that this is probably embarrassing to admit, but I really like the fake TV fire. I miss so badly our wood stove from our last house, and we will have 2 wood stoves in the new house because of how much I love a wood stove. To me, that redeems winter. It makes it so cozy. So for now, I just put on the TV fire, and truly, I nearly every night put on the TV fire. You hear the crackling and the popping, and you have that cozy glow. I know it's not at all the same, and it's probably embarrassing for me to admit, but considering there are so many YouTube channels that have the 24-hour fireplaces, something tells me I'm not alone. Over the years, I've collected a lot of faux greenery that's realistic looking. I've been adding to my collection. This year, I didn't even put out all of it, but I find it's a really easy way to decorate. I add it to the tops of hutches and armoires and mantles. It instantly makes everything feel like Christmas. I was a child, I remember how exciting it was the day Mom got out our Christmas decorations. They weren't Pinterest perfect. I don't think she really stressed about it a whole lot, but it was so special to us to really anticipate the joyful season ahead.